Tate Snyder Kimsey Architects is in its 53rd year of business. I'm the third generation owner of the company, and it was started by George Tate, and then followed by Bill Snyder, and now myself, Wyndham Kimsey. And we have had a long history here in the Valley, doing work originally here in Las Vegas, but we've expanded into Reno and also into Los Angeles. And 3 years ago, we expanded into China.
Our initial foray into China was a result of a trip my wife and I took to Tibet. And it was on our way back from Tibet that we spent some time in Beijing, and caught my attention, certainly more contemporary modern than we expected. And came back, we discussed it, spent time working with commercial services first in Washington, and meetings out there that were extremely helpful. Reinforced the fact that they thought that we had a place over there. So that's what started it. And now we're there into our third year.
Interestingly enough, our very first contract we won in China, well, the first two, but the first major contract was a result of our meeting on our very last day in Shenzhen, working with Kathy Wong and the Gold Key. And it was this project, the BTEC Towers, and we were able to get partnered with a local design institute. And this project was a competition, and our team won. And they're two 62-story towers, and just 2 weeks ago I was on the construction site, and they're under construction right now. So that was our first really big project that came out of the Gold Key.
We worked with several offices, 4 offices over there. We were introduced to people we would never have been able to meet on our own at a level that was certainly better, higher than we would have found on our own. It certainly would have taken a lot more time and a lot more trips.
I would say I think there's at least 5 direct projects in 3 years that came out of the Gold Key meetings. When the recession started, there was a real loss of work here in the United States, and part of the reason we at our initial meetings about with the commercial service about the Gold Key, but it's really helped us a lot in terms of retaining jobs. And right now, I would venture it's anywhere from 25 to 30% of our workload in the office is a result of those projects.
It's a different culture. We had people with us from the commercial service, took good care of us. They got us to the right places. They had meetings arranged for us, and it was a very intensive first 2 weeks. We had no days off and spent long days, but we've met hundreds of people as a result of the Gold Key.
Well, I think it's important to export, partly because the United States has, like for ourselves as a service company, specific talents and expertise at what we do that I found going over there to China in particular. There was a thirst for that knowledge and training that we have, and a real desire to work with us. Working through the Gold Key was a great way to make those initial introductions. But I think it's really incumbent upon the companies that are getting involved to do the follow-up and get your foot in the door, and you've really got to go from there. But as an opportunity, I think it's fantastic. I've recommended it many times.